Welcome to the Voice for Veterans podcast. Real people, real stories, real emotions. Listen up now to episode 5, Wellness Resources, with our guest 1620 Marine, hosted by the boss of the beach, Keith Winslow.
Talk to you about monthly coffee, a Kava social. And it started off with a couple of people, but one of them is here with us. And we're going to talk to you about his partner. She's on a retreat, and we'll talk to her a little bit later. Right now, 1620, the Marine monthly Kava coffee.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Keith. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure to be on this podcast talking about veterans and helping veterans get information and knowing that there's other veterans that want to help and give them resources. So I'm 1620 Marine, aka Pablo. I'm a combat Marine. I served in the Iraq War from 2000 and 2004. I was in the Battle of An Nazariya with Task Force Tarawa. My unit rescued Jessica Lynch and the 507th Army Convoy that was ambushed that day on March 23rd. So actually today, during this Coffee Kava social, we actually celebrate the 21st year of the invasion of Iraq, which was on March 20th, 2003. So as a veteran that fought in that war and fought in that battle, it's a pleasure to be here to share and talk about that. I joined the military in 2000 and multiple reasons, but one of the main reasons was it was a call of duty. I always wanted to serve my country. My father is a retired NYPD officer, so that always compelled me to want to do service and to serve my community. So that was one of the main reasons why I joined the Marine Corps. And I also joined the Marine Corps because the stigma of Marines was they're crazy, and that fit in with who I was. I was a little crazy as a teenager, so it was just a great match. And you know what, Marines
That means you were a Marine anyway.
Exactly, I was a Marine in the making. But you know what? No matter what branch you join, you got to be a little crazy to join the United States military. So shout out to all my veterans. And basically, you know, what resources are available for returning veterans is health benefits, psychotherapy, and the VA system has gotten a lot of bad news and stigma over the decades. But I will say, as a veteran who has used the VA system since 2008, that actually has brought a lot of benefits and resources for me. So I will definitely say, veterans transitioning, first thing you should do is go check into the VA, get your VA card, and then understand that you will qualify for a lot of benefits. And a lot of veterans who join the military also join for college funds, college tuition. So they have something called the GI Bill. So a majority of veterans who join, get out the military with the honorable discharge, are able to use their GI Bill. And the GI Bill is something I use, and it's a phenomenal education tool because it allows you to go to school full time. It pays you a BAH, which basically civilian terms means it pays you housing allowance, and then they also pay for your college full tuition as well too. So
You know what? As a veteran who understands that's one thing. Say that again to those who are looking at coming into the military and what you get out of it besides just being a veteran. Tell them again, education.
Well, I mean, one of the main things you get when you get out of the military is you get that leadership. The leadership you learned in the military, you get that when you get out, but you get so many great benefits. You get housing benefits. Let's say if you get out the military and you don't really know what you want to do, you qualify for unemployment. So it gives veterans these benefits to have while they decide, because what happens is when you get out the military, you're starting from zero. Mm-hmm. You're starting the transition. You had a career in the military, you had a job, you might do 4,
housing,
8, 15 years.
Even chasing girls.
And then, yep, that's my professional.
Oh, yeah, to just put on your uniform and walk outside. Somebody wanted you.
Exactly.
Okay.
But when you get out, you have these tools that actually give you more of a career path. Myself, I was an infantry guy. So getting out the military, there wasn't too many jobs for an infantry guy. So luckily the VA and the state programs allowed me to go to school to go back and learn a new skill, to learn to not only serve veterans, but also have a career so I can be a productive citizen in this great country.
Well, now you heard it first from a veteran who has succeeded. A lot of people don't recognize the fact that most veterans do well. America is not bombarded with a bunch of veterans who don't do well, and we take care of each other. And that's what I'm doing with Voice for Veterans, is making sure that whether you're under the bridge or whether you're standing on a corporate road, that you have a voice out here. And that is Keith, the boss of the beach, coming to you. And we got Jessica, and we got Anthony, my engineer. We got Jessica, the producer, and we got all the veterans that I need right here. But guess what? We're worldwide. U.S. and Latin Veterans Support Embassy, U.S. and Latin Veterans Support Chamber of Commerce, American Veterans Alliance, and my favorite, the Society for Hispanic Veterans. And you can tune us in at WVET Latin. OnTheAirToday.com. Thanks again to my Marine for being here, my Air Force, where my daddy was early Army Air Corps, my nephew is Air Force, my older brother was Air Force, so I kind of stick close to the Air Force guys. But I'm not leaving out my Navy because I'm out here by the beach.
Outstanding.
And I got to bring the Navy in because we may not be able to fly over. We may have to be able to get in the boat and get to the island. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you so much to Tri-Verde. Thank you again, Michael and his team over here at the center of St. Pete Beach. Thank you for 96.7 FM, and thank you for Biggs Radio. We're now going to be broadcast in Chicago. Biggs Radio, look for us, everything. And we do some gospel lip-sync along with it, and we'll be talking more about that, but this is Keith, the boss of the beach. Guess what? We got him. We'll be talking to Pablo along with, and he told me not to say that, but I had to stick it in there because that is the moniker. It is, of course, 1620 Marine, but we know him as Pablo. Thank you so much for taking the time. This is the first one, and we're going to do more than one. And I want Pablo to say a little bit more and give us a shout out so that they'll know to come back and tune him in all the time. Again, 1620 Marine.
Hoorah!
Hoorah!
Thank you. And love to say thank you so much, the Voice of Veterans, for allowing me to speak and be a part of this. And again, thank you so much for coming to the center, Tri-Verde, 7525 Line Pass. This is an amazing place. It's a one-stop shop for all your wellness. We have massage therapy, we have yoga, we have the meditation lounge, we have doctors here, we have nurses, and this is why I love coming here and hosting events here, because it's a place for all of us to gather, heal, share, and connect. And again, this is a place for veterans to come to really learn about resources and learn the benefits of holistic medicine and plant medicine. And again, all my veterans, when you come here, this is a place for you to share as well too, because we got veterans from the Air Force, Army, Marine, Navy, Coast Guard, all eras, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan,
and the Space Force. I'll be bringing my little lady in. She's a commander at the Space Force. She's on the east coast of Florida, but she's coming down, so we will include Space Force.
And I will push for that because, yes, the Space Force is a branch and they need to be recognized because they're doing some great things for our country. And a lot of the Space Force guys and women are part of the military. So let's respect them and show them that, welcome them in. So thank you so much for having us again, the monthly coffee, Kava Social. I'm one of the co-hosts, 1620 Marine. My other host is Nurse Laura. And we put this together so veterans have a place to come, heal, learn, and share. And again, everybody's welcome. This is not just for veterans. This is for anybody that wants to connect with other people in the community and they want to connect with the veteran population as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Voice for Veterans podcast. Real people, real stories, real emotions. Next, listen to episode 6, Field Cable and Antenna Technician with our guest Corey, hosted by the boss of the beach, Keith Winslow.